Hi there guys and girls, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat Conquest review. As I said last time, this time we're up to episode 15 and we're going to be taking a look at the Serpent and the Ice. So this is pretty much the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero episode, which is what I like to refer to it as. Really cool episode, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I think they did a really good job with the story and the characters and even the special effects and the fights. I was pretty much happy with the whole episode. The first thing I want to say is with these reviews, with the Mortal Kombat Conquest, I know a lot of you have this DVD here. You can see the dragon there. Now, if you bought this DVD, the one with the 15 in the corner, the UK rating, it says Arrow Films on the back in the bottom corner. That one there, if you bought this DVD, you did not get the first 5 minutes of this episode. And this is one of the reasons why I always stress, for those people who want to buy the show, if you can, because I know it's getting very hard to find these, if you can get the Australian DVDs, now you can tell the Australian ones, I got this ugly ass blue M in the corner on the side and the blue thing on the back. If you can get those ones, those two DVDs, Volume 1 to 3, Volume 4 to 6, you got the whole Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show. Perfect. This actually comes from Warner Brothers. It's got the Warner Brothers logo on the back. This one doesn't have shit. Just says Arrow Films. So, I don't know if it's dodgy or not, but if you buy these Australian ones with the blue M, you're getting all the episodes perfect, including the Scorpion and Sub-Zero one. Now, unfortunately, they've stopped making these in Australia. And I've been trying to find extra copies. I don't even have a spare set because I like to have extras of things. And I don't even have an extra set of these. So if anything happens, I'm screwed. But, I'm going to keep my eyes out, and if I see some, grab them. But they've stopped making these even in Australia. And I believe Australia was the only place you can get these. And I don't know why. It's absolutely bizarre. Because I don't think we had that bigger fan base for this show here. I don't understand. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to just say that is because I think it's sort of unfair. Everyone who bought the fans of the show bought this DVD. This was the most common one, the 15 Arrow Films one. And if you watch this episode, you didn't get the first 5 minutes. And the first 5 minutes of this episode, sets up all the characters. And it's a must-see. So, I thought, because I'm here doing the reviews, why not give you guys the first 5 minutes, for those of you who don't have it. So, without any further delay, let's check out the first 5 minutes of this episode. For those who haven't seen it, enjoy.
One man stands in my way of conquering Earthrealm, yet he escapes death from every assassin. Alone, even the very best are not good enough, but together as allies, two skilled killers can destroy Kunlun. I must make the plan work.
I'm pleased my summons was taken seriously.
Your invitation was intriguing, Emperor.
And my orders are always obeyed.
By those you control. We're here freely, Shao Kahn. The Lin Kuei are of Earthrealm, an unconquered realm.
As yet. You brought the other?
Yes.
Show him. He looks young, untried,
Sub-Zero carries the ancient skills.
We can use them as a warrior.
He's exceptional.
But acts before being ordered. Unlike my other guests. It's time you met.
Your toy just broke.
Who are you?
Peron, Scorpion's second in command.
An underling.
Touch her and die.
Enough! We're not brought here to fight each other.
Then why?
To fight together.
With them? Never.
The Lin Kuei ally with no one, especially the dead.
Be very careful what you say.
You should both be careful. I'm ordering you to join forces.
For what?
For vengeance. And a prize. Scorpion, you have fought Kung Lao twice, and twice you were defeated.
Scorpion was not defeated.
Scorpion was defeated! And you also fought Kung Lao, yet he lives. Alone you failed. Together, you can kill him.
And the prize.
Half of Earthrealm. You both seek dominance there. With Kung Lao dead, after the next tournament it falls to me. I offer you both one half when it does.
To be divided how?
That I leave to you.
The Lin Kuei commit Sub-Zero.
Scorpion works alone.
Either you work with the Lin Kuei, or you work against me.
Done.
Good. Then go. Do it quickly. Kill Kung Lao. And then kill yourselves for all I care.
Alrighty. Yeah, so, you know, that was a pretty cool intro. I gotta say, I'd be pissed if I didn't have that. I mean, how cool is it? You know, the Lin Kuei come in, and then Shao Kahn, you know, has got something up his sleeve, and then they bring in Sub-Zero, and Sub-Zero makes a little icicle thing and throws it at the throne, and then Scorpion snake thing grabs the icicle, and then this chick appears, who we've never seen before, and she just smashes it. That's just such a cool intro. There were so many characters, you know, and yeah, this is where they brought in, like, if you've ever heard of the character Peron, they brought in from this show. She's not from any of the games or anything. And the funny thing is, when Armageddon came out, one of my second or third creative fighters, I made Peron, and she's on my YouTube. If you type in Peron, Peron, she'll come up. All these comments like, that's not her, she has blonde hair. You know, everyone's talking about the show, but I just made my own version of her in the game, sort of thing. But such a cool intro, you know. And I just love the way that ends. It's time you met, you know. And then you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and straight away they hate each other, straight away. But the hate just escalates, you know. Like, it starts really small, and through the show, you know, it just becomes just huge. And yeah, you get the intro pretty much comes on, and I just realised I fucked up. I said, yeah, she comes in and breaks the thing. That's actually after the intro. She comes in and breaks the thing, and then, they continue to fight, and then Shah Khan says his plan is for them to ally and take out Kung Lao, which is an awesome idea, because Shah Khan's probably realised that they've survived everything by being a team, the good guys, and so he thought, hey, what if I team up? There'd be no chance. And then so Raiden shows up, and this is where the UK DVD started from. Shows up at the trading post and tells Kung Lao, Taja, and Zero the bad news. And one thing I love about Zero's character in this show is he's not scared of anyone except Sub-Zero. And the reason is, like he's always scared, but he's really scared of Sub-Zero. When he saw Sub-Zero being trained in the Lin Kuei compound, he saw him throw the ice. I think that sort of freaked out Zero a bit, and he even tried to deny it, But in this episode, Raiden says Scorpion and Sub-Zero. He says Scorpion and the Lin Kuei, and the first thing Zero says is, "Not Sub-Zero." and then they're just like, "Oh shit, they've teamed up. Well, we're pretty much fucked," So they decide, they have to find an advantage because Kung Lao doesn't want to run and Zero wants to fight, but they need something. They need a tool to help them beat these guys because they're obviously awesome warriors. So Kung Lao goes off to send a message, and they go and visit the Order of Light, and they talk about the Lin Kuei raids. And for those of you who don't know, even it's always been like this in the game as well. The Lin Kuei get their recruits from families. They steal the children and train them and give them all the powers. And there's all these records that they have in the Order of Light because of the families that have lost their children, have gone there to grieve or whatever, and they've kept records. So they've given the records to Kung Lao and Taja, and there's 6 families, that they're going to split up and take 3 each and try and find. They're going to try and find Sub-Zero's family. Maybe get some sort of advantage. Taja visits an alley and speaks to this really cool old guy who she says, "I'm looking for Avi, this girl," and he takes her to her and she's gone crazy, and Taja gives her this whole coin purse of coins. The thing I love, as soon as she turns her back, is the guy takes the whole thing. "You won't need this," It's really dog eat dog introduced in. And then you get a scene with Scorpion and Sub-Zero alone in the woods. Scorpion so it does this really cool flip and says, "Get over here," to Sub-Zero, and they start fighting, well, straight away. They don't like each other. They all want to be king. They all want to be fucking king. And Sub-Zero's trying to just do the... Sub-Zero works for Lin Kuei, and he just wants to do the business, do what they want, and Scorpion just doesn't... Well, he wants to do whatever he wants, he doesn't have a master. So, and it's funny how they fight about this. They say, "I thought you were good at it, all the years spent groveling at your master's feet," And so they take jabs at each other, and they have a quick little punch on, which Peron breaks up. And Sub-Zero walks off, and then Peron's plan is to take the Sub-Zero out of play by destroying him with memories from his past. She says she's been following him, so she knows about Sub-Zero's family. Raiden's speech, he shows up again and gives Kung Lao another speech. Says, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going off to see Sub-Zero's family," And Raiden's really sarcastic here. "You're going to see Sub-Zero's family, You think you can convince his parents to not turn you into an ice ball? No, good answer." And then one of my favourite lines, Kung Lao, "You need a hobby. I got one. It's you." Give my love to the Zeros, Really, Raiden just kept this show moving, Really, really good in all the episodes. So Kung Lao's off to see Sub-Zero, or to find his family. Scorpion sends warriors then to kill Sub-Zero's family, like Peron's plan. And as they're attacking the family, Kung Lao shows up and defends them. And we get another cool fight scene here with the hook swords, which is interesting. You know, Kabao had the hook swords from MK3, and these warriors fight with the hook swords. And obviously, Kung Lao beats the crap out of them, and then he takes them back. The father's leg gets broken, you know, and he takes them back and protects them at training post. Sub-Zero shows up at the trading post, and he wonders what's going on as they're looking after, you know, Kung Lao's looking after his family, and he just shows up in the doorway, you know, and then as he shows up, you know, Kung Lao and Targ and Zero don't know what's going to happen. He's just sort of standing there, and then two of Scorpion's men appear again on the roof, probably to kill the family, and Sub-Zero freezes them both and shatters them into a million pieces, you know, and then Lisa, which is Sub-Zero's real sister, she sort of runs away, and Kung Lao goes to help her, and Sub-Zero stops him and says, "No, I'll go. You saved him one time before," you know, and so she runs away, and then you hear Lisa crying in an alley somewhere, and she's in, and you hear this voice, "Oh, are you okay? Oh, you poor thing, blah 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 blah," you know, and then you see who it is, and it's Peron, and she grabs Sub-Zero's sister and just stabs her in the back with a knife, which I always thought was pretty fucking cold, man, you know, but not as cold as when she says message sent, and then Sub-Zero grabs her by the neck, fucking plants her up against the wall. "One message for another," you know, and then freezes her from his hand, and she just all turns to ice, and then just drops her. I always thought that was a really cool effect. Probably one of the coolest effects in Conquest, I'd say.
Message sent.
One message for another.
Yeah, so then he takes Lisa back to the trading post, and they're sort of grieving. Then we see Scorpion enter the Lin Kuei compound. I always thought this was a really cool scene, you know, because the Lin Kuei are all secretive and shit, you know, they don't want people there. And I just love the way Scorpion just fucking walks in like he owns the joint. And even the Grandmaster says, "Regardless of the alliance, you are not welcome here." What alliance? And then he like throws a knife at him. "Cold, isn't it? Cold as death. Frozen when I found it." You know, and then you know, and they're talking, and then the Lin Kuei Grandmasters like, you know, they say bullshit or something, and then Scorpion's like, "You question me?" And then the two Lin Kuei guys behind Scorpion like that, they just take their poses, and Scorpion's just like, "Get them away from me before I rip out their throats."
He's mine.
The Grandmaster guy just dismisses them because he knows he would fuck them up. Then they're no match for Scorpion. No match. Even the Lin Kuei guys are probably scared of Scorpion, you know? And anyway, yeah, Scorpion says, you know, "Sub-Zero, he's mine," and then just walks out. And as he walks out, he just sort of pushes his way through the two Lin Kuei guys. The Grandmaster's just like, "Leave." One of the best scenes, I reckon. I love it. It's just Scorpion is just so cocky, you know. Sub-Zero then, the Grandmasters call Sub-Zero back then with their special, like, they hold up the branded logo, which sends out some sort of wave, and it sort of burns on his wrist, and that's the signal to come back to Lin Kuei compound. He goes back to the compound, and then they tell Sub-Zero everything Scorpion said. Scorpion said you attacked 2 of his ninjas and killed a girl, blah blah blah. And Sub-Zero explains why they killed a family and that family was mine. And the Lin Kuei get pissed off. We're your family, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, and then they say, we'll inform Shao Kahn you're not ready to do this. And he's like, I'll return when the Scorpion is dead, you know. And then the Lin Kuei guys go, you turn your back on us, you know, and then they're like, and he's like, if I must, and then he's like, then die a traitor. And then this Lin Kuei Grandmaster goes to like do something cool, starts doing some cool thing, but before he can do anything, Sub-Zero freezes him and just smashes him, and the other guy just stands there, you know. Sub-Zero's like, must I kill again? The guys all quiet, you know, and then so that's pretty much the end for Sub-Zero and the Lin Kuei. Then we go back to Shao Kahn and he's really pissed off. He's saying, "Fire into this alliance. Your hatred for each other is destroying this," you know. And then the Lin Kuei are saying, "We'll send all our men. Blah blah blah. Don't worry, you know." And then so they send them off, and then we see Kung Lao back at the trading post, and he's watching. And Sub-Zero appears. And he says, he asks Sub-Zero to join the team. Wouldn't that have been cool? If he joined the good guys, Sub-Zero. Imagine he was in the intro. A thief, Tarja. A ninja who throws ice, Sub-Zero. Imagine the adventures they could have week to week with Sub-Zero. That'd be so cool. But Sub-Zero says, I can't join you. We're too different. Then he knocks out Kung Lao, grabs his shoulder and does some freeze thing. And, and then he walks downstairs and then Zero says, where's Kung Lao? Zero and Tasha say, where's Kung Lao? He's coming behind me. Quick, Scorpion's coming. Get your weapons. And they run into some room to get their weapons. And Sub-Zero locks the door behind them and says, this is not your fight, So it's one-on-one, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, And then he steps out into the square, and we get probably one of the coolest fight scenes in the whole Mortal Kombat Conquest TV show. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Check it out.
Where are you?
Here. You killed Peron.
And you killed my sister. This battle is between us now.
To the death. You're finished. Finish him.
Zero. Got him. Come on. Scorpion! He's gone.
Does not disappoint, that fight. Very cool. There was a lot of cool things. You saw Scorpion teleport, ice being thrown, frozen harpoon, really cool stuff. One of the other things I didn't like was when Scorpion kicks a whole lot of bricks with his foot, and they all just sort of, you know, I know they're strong and all that, but come on, it's a brick wall, you know. Yeah, but all in all, a really good fight and a great episode. It ends pretty much with Raiden again appearing and talking to the mortals and telling them a little bit about the Lin Kuei, and Kung Lao mentions he asked Sub-Zero to join, and Taja says, "What did he say?" He said, "We're too different," and then Raiden says he's right, and he says, "Do you all trust each other?" "Yes." "Are you three all friends?" "Yes." And then he says, "In the Lin Kuei, friendship is forbidden, considered a warrior's flaw, and trust is only given to the group. You know? Don't be distracted by a flicker of emotion. He's a cold-hard killer. And now he's cut off, and he's more dangerous than ever." And that's the end of the episode, pretty much. Well, that's the end of that part. And, you know, food for thought, really. Then, sorry, that's not the final end. The last, very, very last part now is we go back to the Lin Kuei compound, and the Lin Kuei Grandmaster that wasn't killed, they're having like a sort of ceremony saying a Lin Kuei Grandmaster is dead and the murderer is Sub-Zero. We will hunt him. We will kill him. And then he summons smoke, and you see all the smoke come out, and then the episode ends. That's like one of the biggest teasers ever. You never get to see smoke in the show other than this time, and I think it's just a little bit of a nod to the games. You know, obviously the Lin Kuei's been after Sub-Zero for a long time. So yeah, that was the end of the show. Really good episode. Like, definitely one of my favourites. A lot of cool stuff in there. Flows really well. You know, no boring parts, doesn't hang. Yeah, all the characters get good time. All the characters, you know, everything just works. Works really well in this episode. Like, some of the episodes seemed a bit strange. Well, that Festival of Death one was a bit weird, you know. Then again, there's some really good episodes coming up too. Like, they sort of like, at first, like the Conquest episodes were sort of like one of a kind, like independent stories. And then we got to this part, and this was sort of a bit of the Sub-Zero Scorpion story, even though they weren't sort of totally connected. But then we get a story coming up of like Kriya, and then we get a story of Reptile coming up, and it's all sort of building towards the end of the show. So yeah, there's still a lot more episodes to review, and I hope you guys are liking the reviews. I know sometimes they're a bit long, but you know, I gotta say what I gotta say, and you know, that's pretty much it. And yeah, so I'll see you guys for the next one, which will be Kriya. Speaking of Kriya, it's actually the next episode. So, yeah, we'll be taking a look at Kriya next time. Thanks for watching, guys.